Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode. We are on a prior episode that doesn't have sound. We're doing this for quality ensured hearing. I also accidentally did recording without sound, and that is that for this episode. As it will be, summary will be at the end of episode of what's going on with adventure. You're welcome to tune in if you'd like, or you can skip to the next episode if you're watching on playlist, or tune in if you subscribe to another episode whenever you're watching your episode or episodes. As it is, we are leaving Pallet Town, heading up Route 1. But before that, when we were in Pallet Town and after we took our rest of training with our Pokemon, this time we are set forth and we're about to really go on our adventure. During episode. Before this episode, though, and during this episode, we talked with Professor Oak and the assistant and both professors, plus Professor Elm. Professor Elm sticks around for a while. As it is, the professor asks us and proposes that we do him a favor and a favor for ourselves. He wants to conduct an experiment with a man-made terrain road. And of course, as it is a man-made environment, it is named the Terrain Road. And as it turns out to be, the construction workers are working on the lab, the normal Pallet Town lab, but there are construction workers and other occupants that are working with what we call the lab, two B's. And a few other terrain areas. They're using water Pokemon to create a new oceanic environment and all that such. Land and water. So that is mainly the basics of what we're going to go over. During the more part of episode, we will re-add sound and have sound re-involved during adventure. Kind of gives you a break from hearing the loud sound effects of the game in the first place and the mumbling of me. Great tackle, Wings. As is, there is info in the description below or that info is in summary mode at the end. You may understand and comprehend what I'm saying, or you may not understand and comprehend, but you may read it and comprehend. So, both sets of information are as followed. In the description and at the end of the video. As is, the person gets in our way, trying to conversate, and Splenda has to battle a Rattata that appears and confronts. As it ends up turning out to be, we do see some school kids while we're at Viridian City. And they suggest and wonder if we're going to Pokemon school today. We tell them that we'll be there, but we have to do what we have to do first for the professor. Now, during this, the Pokemon, even though the PC will have boxes of areas where the Pokemon will be sent to during the moment, as there isn't research areas in these specific locations yet, all the Pokeballs go to the lab automatically first, and then the researchers, they grab the Pokemon and they release them into the environment. As it will be, during the next time that we do visit Pallet Town, I might not go to the lab initially to show and prove points. We always stop at our mom's house, but we secretly go to the lab during those interacts. The professor wants me to make a video to my Pokemon that ensures that they're in a safe location, environment, and that the terrain world is their new home. Yes, don't worry, we're going to go to the PC. Now, the professor, he orders us to go to the Professor Oak menu section to get our Pokédexes evaluated. And that's how you contact the lab while you're on wait. your Pokédex gets evaluated. During our moment, we will be fixing and programming these areas to the Pokemon Center's information database so they do know what and where the Pokemon are heading. As it is, we do have to check and reserve and register with the Pokemon Center about Pokemon's well-being. As is, we talked with the Nurse Joy, and we asked her if is the system running to let the professor know that Pokemon could get sent to the lab. And I spelled it wrong. This is how you spell it. As is, there is a lot going on during our moment while we are in seemfully peaceful universe time. There actually is chaos. Spite the universal Pokemon of our universe has left to defend. And during Spite's disappearance, the nighttime cycle has been demoted because of how Spite had to reappear immediately to the other universe of space. Now, as is, it will be its own story on how Spite escapes from not having to leave the reverse world. But Spite does. Spite is actually not the original Giratina. And Might is the original shiny. But more of that will be discussed in description and in summary episode. We have Oceania, Forest 1, Grassland, and the lab so far. We also have Urbana, which is the reserved paradise for the occupationists of the Pokemon world. Here at the Universe Antimatter. Also, here Pokemon use Mage and stuff and all that PP stuff. In the unknown universe, Pokemon use energy. And of course, that will be discussed on a different time. All right. So, as it is, that is that. Thank you for watching. Bada bang, bada boom. We are back with sound. All right, we're going to double check and just make sure. All right, we have the lab. Now, as it is, you will see and read in the description below. And I do explain it, but it sounds strange. As I'll explain it in summary. But there are 3 labs that the professor owns. He has the regular lab with 1B, Lab X, Y, and Z, where they do test tube experiments here in Pilot Town. And the Lab Bubba with 2 B's. as it will be in the description below. We will have all the Pokemon that we've caught on Route 1. So far. We have our forest one. Now, as it ends up being, we end up heading to the Pokemon school. We sit, we have class. After class, we go on adventuring with the class. And we will be doing Route 22 with our fellow teacher from Pokemon School and fellow classmates. Plus us, we make a pretty big group. Alright, we're going to call episode pretty early. And we are going to be and do Route 22 in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Please tune in the playlist on my page if you want to watch more episodes. It is on a different format than videos. Videos just shows what's recently uploaded and plays. Videos may show different categories. Playlist is the categories with the same amount of videos. Alright. Thank you for watching episode. See you on next episode. Now to Pokemon Summary. Hi, hello. Welcome to Pokemon Another Beginning Awoken Summary. So far, the Pokemon that we have caught at Route 1 are Mangs, Rangs, Wings, Yings, Tangs, Sangs, Jings, Nangs, Mings. Pokemon caught at Route 22. Not available yet. Hey, nice to join us on adventure together as we continue our Pokemon list continues to grow. We were at the lab with the professor and he tells us that we're making a research world to observe the Pokemon up close and alongside in a man-made environment. This environment is called the Terrain World. They are using help from occupations like actual Pokemon occupations to prep this up. The Terrain World. More information will be discussed, but as it is, they have a third lab which is called the lab. 3 labs. Okay, 1 second. Which there are 3 labs. As ordered. Lab X, Y, and Z, or the ancient lab, where Mew1, Mew-Y, and Mewthree, Mewtwo X, Mewtwo Y, and Mewtwo X. They dropped their Megastones, which their anciently inspired people to use evolutionary stones. There was a happy time, but things were on the professor's mind when he was good before he turned evil. Now he has his own heart, but he wonders why Karam hates people. In the other universe, he finds out things get jumbled when Karam hates people when they all when they are separated in the unknown universe as their true forms take on the 3 forms. Yes, Arceus and Mew have successfully created a Pokemon with 3 forms. 3 types. With the first 3 type Pokemon, alright, 1 second. Separated in the unknown universe as their true form takes on their 3 forms. Yes, Arceus. Yes. So remember, this is just a story. Unless it actually goes to Pokemon. When it finally makes retreat to Arceus for guidance for the Necrozmas to things shaken up as the time universe entraps I'll tell you. The 3 type dragon Pokemon. As time or Sime Time and Sime are coming to defend their territory. They use moves such as Roar Time and Clock Stop. These moves are no effect as our dragon is Dragon, Fairy, and Normal. The moves have major. Their moves have major damage, but aren't very effective. Or legendary dragon flees using a move called Confusion Siege, which confuses two teammates to attack each other automatically. So Time and Sime start to rage at each other. This disrupts the time universe. The ripple the ripple effect makes and gets attention to the space universe. The actual Pokemon world. Brace and space are alarms. They make their way. So, Time and Sime are distracted. They're fighting each other. And our dragon type Pokemon flees. Like I said, the universes, if you don't know, on a prior episode, are built like the plate universes in the center, the space universes outside of that. It rings around just like Saturn. Then the time universe rings around the space universe and the plate universe. The time universe is the outer ring, besides the unknown universe, which is completely unknown. But to the unknown. It drives them so crazy that that's all they can say. The ripple effect makes and gets attention to the space universe. The actual alarm. They make way. Our dragon's name is Kaizekre. Or Kaizekre. Kaizekre plus us are the hope from the universe against destruction Pokemon, such as the Necrozmas and Yavotos. It's not their fault, it's just how they're born. Brace and Space meet each other in see-through space realm. It can be an extra move. Because in the space universe, you get an extra move. It's 5 moves. Or is it 6? Maybe can I get a 7? As it is, what happened to Time and Sime, they realize what happened as they're watching through space what happened to Time and Sime. They can't watch it as quick because Time and Sime are enraged. But they finally managed to figure it out. Where they also see a peaceful space realm vision that they're battling alongside with Kaizekre. So they go confidence. They get confidence. Space goes and warns Ash and tries to also find Spade, Arceus. To have assistance. It's also a move that Arceus knows that makes a party up to 6 Pokemon attack at once. Twice. And it is twice as powerful if Justice, Return, Frustration, and Double Team are used. Brace in space can only move at and from locations that they already been at the time to make new locations of space. All the time because how they use their power of space and how the space realm works of the universe. At the time, laugh out loud. And Spite and Might are wonder Pokemon. So they go where the wind takes them in their universes. Plus, they have the gate, which is like the graveyard, which is the reverse world. Brace confronts Kazekre peacefully, but Kazekre ends up battling it. Brace. Because it is upset from time and time. It uses the move Tri-Hope, and Brace retreats, trying to take it back home. Well, not back home, but back to Time and Syme's universe for their assistance. So all three of them can battle Kazekre. Time. I'll just start from here. It uses the move Tri-Hope. Embrace retreats, taking it back into Time and Syme's universe for their assistance, but whenever they get there, Brace was able to distract Kazekre to come backwards to where the time and Sam were at and located. But when Brace gets there, Brace is deflected by time and Sam both locking in the universe of time. And they keep using clockwork and roar of time, and it's making time impenetrable. Okay? So whenever they get there, Brace is deflected by time and Sim, both locking universes, both locking. I might as well say it. War of Time. And Clockwork. Universe Time. This locks universe time. So they're not being disturbed. Space begins to communicate. And Brace understands. They communicate to meet at the center of the space universe. To battle. They use a move called Safeguard. It protects from status effects. They head and enter through the center of space. Brace is injured in space cocoons to re-heal. Kazekre gets away and heads towards the plate universe. Rhythm, the energy, let me quote this. Rhythm, the energy that's keeping them together, is fading. Kazekre is fading and is separating. Kazekre, it takes generations to happen if they aren't around each other. Also, this makes an effect of daytime in this also makes the effect of complete daytime in the antimatter world happening during space. You know, like when you type something and you think it's so fast that you think that you typed everything, but you didn't because you're typing too fast. In the antimatter world, this is happening during space. Okay. Period. This is happening during space. Space is calling to Arceus. It catches Spite's attention. Now, of course, as it is, time has their effect, time and time, but they can't warn Giratina or catch Giratina's attention because they're further out in the universe pool. It takes more time to travel there. And they have to make met approval from space. There's a lot. And each universe needs approval from each other universe. So this is happening during Space's calling towards Arceus. It catches Spite's attention with Spite. Spite comes and makes way from the antimatter universe. During this effect, nighttime stops. So, as soon as Spite leaves to come to the space and comes into origin form, as soon as Spite turns into origin form, nighttime cycle goes away. And it's just known that Spite's not there in the universe. Giratina is not in the universe. Okay? And Might senses it. Might controls the daytime effect of the antimatter universe. Shiny Giratina. And when Might tries to leave, it affects the space time of day and night. Here is a picture of Spite and Might in origin form. I mean, alter form. Yes, as soon as they go into altered form, and that's what I meant to say. As soon as Spite leaves the antimatter universe, because Spite is able to be in origin form at the antimatter universe also. And once that shift hits, the universe senses it and the effect occurs. So Might has to stay in the antimatter universe and go to the reverse world to enter in space. Might has to actually go from the antimatter to the reverse world just to enter the space universe, so we're safe from blackout effect. And space binds Spite and space bind time. Spite and space by time. The battle begins up being in the center of the space universe. But as Spite communicates the Might to go to the reverse world to meet, they get hit with confusion seas from Kaizekre. Space. They attack each other, but after Spite attacks space, Spite snaps out of confusion. It, it uses Spite to move, lowering PP of Kaizekre. Dornus Might is furious. And here's a hidden note. The unknown universe has unlimited move pool. Move PP. During this, Might is furious. It is on its way, but when Pokemon use their move, Spite occasionally Giratina will. Okay, so this is what happened right here. Might is furious. The unknown universe has limited PP moves only. It's on its way. To Space and Spite. But when Pokemon use the move Spite, occasionally Giratina will appear. And will punish multiple PP called Mage. During along the way, Might makes some appearances. We do even see Might and Spite do We do even see Might and Spite do duties. Spite, of course, as they can't. stay. When they see and meet certain Pokemon, they let them. Oh. No, they can't stay. I'll actually keep that C. They communicate that they must go when must go to do protect. We see Shadow Force by Spite, Double Team, Return, and Kazekre uses Gigapact as soon as Spite and Might meet. Whenever Might was on its way to meet Spite while Space and Spite by time, they did, and Might met them. And as soon as Might came out fully, Spite was leaving to go back to the antimatter universe because somebody called Spite using the move Spite. And it actually happened. And of course, Kazekre sees this as an opportunity as there's a portal and uses Gigapack and flies into the antimatter universe of our universe. But of course, as it is, it uses Giga Impact on Might first, and then it uses Giga Impact on Spite when Spite tries to get away. It has the ability called Celebrate, which fights twice. This catches Spade and Mewtwo's attention. Attention. There's Mewone, Mewtwo, and Mewthree. Also are intrigued. Okay. Mewtwo and Mewthree. Also, there are the Rayquazas, Strive, Strike, and Striker. They come. These are my Rayquazas. They come and appear after some of the battle with Spite in space. Shrine Mega Rayquaza appears and is thrilled for our opponent. It used a critical hit of Dragon Ascent. It's a physical. It is physical and it hits critically. Unmerging and having Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem. Their nicknames will be discussed. Strike and Striker and Strive begin to face off. But the Deoxys team comes forth. So as it is, Strive, Striker, and Strike. They see Kyurem, Reshiram, and Zekrom, and they're ready to face them all. But the Deoxys team comes, and of course, one of them discusses that they had a fight with Deoxys, and the other two aren't happy about that. So, the Deoxys team comes forth. This distracts the Rayquazas. When one of them discusses what had happened on a space visit during this, Brace comes from slumber. Brace comes in as origin form and uses gravity. And during this, in space realm, it warps Rom to the Earth. Pokemon Road, of course. During this time, there is space effect. I know this is a lot. So they're smaller than usual. And that's how we encounter Reshiram, Rem, Kyurem, Rom, Zekrom. There's more to the story as we play versions black and white. One and two. Dorn then, where trainer detectives and there's more information another time. This might and spite okay, so during the time that Kazekre separated this has might, spite, and space calmed down, and wow, they go into slumber, but some of their battling was caught on TV during the after the Giga Impact. So might, spite, and space, they go into slumber, but some of their battling was caught on TV. When they did this, the adventure comes back to us. So are we ready for legendaries? Only time will tell us. Alright. Thank you for watching on episode and listening to Pokemon Summary. I know this one was a long one. Some will be long and some will be short. As it is, this all is in loop paradox, so it's crazy. Alright. We'll see you on the next episode of Game Boy Play. Thank you for watching. Please tune in the playlist if you want to watch more episodes or watch the next episode in order. You can watch at any time and or you can subscribe if you like and want to view more content. Alright, thank you.